this session and all of them that we're going to learn today is going to be dedicated to Refuah Shlema of dear Rabbi Yaron Reuven Shlita. His name is Yaron Ben Doris. Also to Yehudis Bat Basnoch, Ariela Ora Bas Anna, Yimim Rasi Rachel Bas Brindel, Dovid Shlomo Ben Sandra. Also a quick release of Moshe Shmuel Ben Pnina. And BeEzrat HaShem, Atzlacha Rabba to Geveres Chana Bas Abraham Avinu. Right, and the whole family. BeEzrat HaShem. So we continue today with our class Shabbos Home, and we're on chapter 24. And now topic is slaughtering. So, and now when we start last time? Yeah, we said last time. So we say it's slaughtering, of course, the classic example of slaughtering was a slaughtering of animals, right? For construction of Beis HaMikdash, we needed their skin, right? And slaughtering meaning killing, right? Meaning killing. So shchita is needed, right? When you're going to eat. For kosher animals, for non-kosher animals, you need shchita, for example, right? A person need to kill a horse or something, or some dangerous animals. There is no problem, right? So, but now we're talking about shchita on Shabbos. So shchita again, killing, and we up to section number 7, subsection number 7, lice. And says, although one is forbidden to kill any animal or insect on Shabbos, some authorities hold that lice are exception to the rule. See Shabbos 107b. Therefore, if the lice are causing person pain on Shabbos, they may kill it in order to alleviate the pain. Okay, so in our countries it's not so relevant, but in a terrible country, I think lice was very it is very spread, right? And actually, where in the concentration camps, right? They people report that they suffering from hunger, this that, but the biggest suffering was from the lice. They eat people alive, and you cannot do anything, right? When person lives in their own apartment, they can clean the clothing, this and that. They can disinfect, put some spray, something in there where they live. But here, when everybody in the same barrack, you got rid of your lice, but you just got somebody else's lice. Terrible suffering. So, and that's why, not that's why, but our sages say that you're allowed to kill them even on Shabbos to alleviate pain. Number 13, commentary. If one kills the lice by the means of liquid shampoo, he must be careful not to squeeze the shampoo out of the hair. When checking for lice, one must be careful not to pull any hair. Right, so I'm not sure how this shampoo works. I thought shampoo you just wash with them, but looks like I'm not sure. I think the shampoo is shampoo, right? It's not like it's some shampoo that works on lice. Okay, so meaning that if any in all situation. When we're allowed to, for example, to go to the mikveh, a lady, for example, if she has to go on Friday night, right? She has to, it's her night. Also must be careful not to squeeze the hair, water from the hair, shampoo, right? Would she be allowed to take a shower? Usually not, right? Usually not. So meaning when a woman has to go to the mikveh on Friday night, so they expect her to take shower, bath, whatever she needs to do in her house, and arrive there and just go to the mikveh, not to take shower there. Okay. So and our men go to the mikveh for Shabbos morning, let's say, right? Shabbos morning. So right, careful not to squeeze the hair. Okay. no problem. So right, but this shampoo, as I understand, would kill this lice indirectly, for sure, indirectly. So number 8, practical applications of the prohibition against killing on Shabbos. So here we go. A swarm of insects. If one is confronted with a swarm of insects on Shabbos, he is forbidden to kill them. Right. However, if he finds them very disgusting, he's permitted to place a spray or spray poison around the area in which they are found, in order to prevent them from spreading further. If possible, it is preferable for a non-Jew to place spray to place or spray the poison. Okay, so let's see from the beginning we try to understand. So again, swarm of insects. I'm not sure in a house or maybe on a balcony, on a porch. I'm not sure. Somewhere outside, usually insects. Are they house insects? Maybe roaches or something. I don't know. Right, or flies in a house. Right. If one is confronted with swarm of insects on Shabbos, he's forbidden to kill them. So I mean, as we said before, unless they bother him, unless they poisonous, like why would you kill them, right? Because it's a prohibition of shkita. Right, but as we said before, like indirectly, like not like very direct. If you spray around, there is no problem, right? So not on them. If you spray on them, it is a problem. But or you spray, for example, on your skin, also there is no problem, right? You want to spray on your like neck or something, on your hands, right? Against mosquitoes, there is no problem. Or to spray around them, or spray like a door frame, or like when you open the door so they would not come in or something. It would be allowed. All right, but he said if it's some poisonous thing, right, preferably ask non-Jew. No problem. So next is B, drawing an insect. One may not throw an insect, drowning an insect. One may not throw insect into the water on Shabbos, for this will cause the insect to drown. Therefore, insects is found in a utensil. One is forbidden to wash the utensil. Likewise, one is forbidden to rinse vegetables which has an insect on them. For this, for rinsing, will kill the insect. Okay. One who wishes to remove the insects from the vegetable should cut off the piece of vegetables upon which the insect is found. Cutting the vegetable is necessary to avoid violation milach of barer, separating. Okay, we'll try to explain it better. If the insect is located in a toilet, one is permitted to flush the toilet in order to get rid of the waste matter, even though this will kill the insect. However, it is permitted only if the flushing is necessary to maintain human dignity. Okay, that's it. So I think there are a few points here that we must know. So drowning an insect, right? So you're not allowed to drown. So meaning drown is like a killing. Is it directly, indirectly? Okay, we'll see. One may not throw insect into water on Shabbos. Or maybe when you're outside or something, right? On Shabbos. Or you found some insect or some like you called a roach or something. With it's in your broom and dust pan. So you cannot throw them in a toilet. That's what people do. So they don't want to kill it, but they don't want to throw it in the toilet. Okay. Right. Therefore, in the insect that's found in utensil, one is forbidden towards the utensil. So, for example, you have like a dirty utensil, like a soup bowl or something, right? And it was water, some water. Let's say you put it to soak it in water because you wanna use it next day, for example, Shabbos morning, right? Then it would be much easier to wash it, right? If you not soak, but put some water inside, right? And it's overnight, and then you came and you found the fly. So now that's it. You cannot use this bowl, unless I guess if you want to pour from that bowl to another one to a cup with an insect that in there is no problem. Okay, but otherwise, if you like throw this water into the sink, for sure you're going to kill it. Right. Likewise, one is forbidden to rinse vegetables, which has insects on it. For the rinsing will kill the insect. I'm not sure. I mean, you have to know for sure that there are insects. If there is a maybe, right? Sometimes you'll find insects. For example, like this year, so we bought raspberry few times. I checked all of them. I saw only twice like dead flies, like tiny like flies. In container, nothing inside, nothing, zero, right? And we bought blueberries also a few times. I checked blueberries, nothing, right? So is it possible that the fly is going to be there, like some insects in a raspberry? Yeah, of course it's possible, right? Everything is possible, but is it guaranteed? No, it's not guaranteed. Like most likely, it's not. Since in the majority of cases, it's not. So you can count on the fact that it's not there. But the thing is, so just very very important point. I just thought about it, just recently, right? In this store where we buy, they get supplies from all over the world, and different companies. So like. All of this raspberries, all of this. I mean, raspberries is easy, or blueberry is easy because they have a like sticker, like the company name, where it came from this country, from that country. So it's easy. So like every time you buy like from different place, so you cannot trust that it's exactly the same brand. So it says if you check 3 times the same brand, the same farm, for example, right? And so it's almost Chazakah. There is no problem. They do whatever they do. They spray this and that. Some people do it with lettuce, right? They check the lettuce. But again, if you buy from I hear like technically, halachically, it makes sense. But I think this big company, they don't produce this lettuce or this raspberry. They just buy from the farmers. So it does not guarantee that it's exactly from the same farm. It's just because it's the same packaging. But if so sometimes it says on the packages like farmers own, right? Meaning there is like several farmers, big one, 10 or whatever, come together and they do this product. So maybe in this case it would be easier, like that they would have the same technologies, like how they treat the vegetables. So you could assume after 3 times, like in that season you did not find anything, so you can relax a little. You can see the washing, but you don't have to check everything, like every berry or every leaf of this this, what is it, lettuce. So, but again, must be careful. Therefore, in insects is found in utensil, right? Is found right on I'm not sure what they're talking about. Like I have not seen these insects like that they're like on the vegetables. I don't know. So let's say it's on a cucumber. Let's say to make it easier. Oh no, on the lettuce, right? So they just cut this piece of lettuce with put it aside with this insect, and then that's it. So you cannot separate the insect. So the insect is something that you do not want. So there is another problem as we're going to see in the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch and our Tuesday night class, when we go now over 39 melachas, like briefly, but we're doing review. So borer is one of them. Borer for sure is one of them. So meaning the separation bad from good. So bad, what is bad? The insect is bad. So what is good? This fruit that I want to eat is good. So would be forbidden. Right. So he said, cut the let's say this cucumber, like or a piece of lettuce, with this insect. Cutting the vegetable is necessary to avoid the melacha of borer. Continue. If insect is located in a toilet, one is permitted to flush the toilet in order to get rid of the waste matter, even though this will kill insects. So it's not so simple. So if a person comes to the toilet and they want to do, I don't know, the woman wants to look in the mirror, let's say. She wants to look in the mirror, check herself, and now she sees there is a roach in a toilet bowl. So she cannot just flush, right? Because it's for sure the only reason she flushes is only to kill this poor roach, right? If a person went to the bathroom and now they want to get rid of the waste matter, that's a different story. But otherwise, you cannot just flush when there is a right. So meaning that your reason for flushing is, as he said, to maintain human dignity, which, as we explained before, like very, very important in halacha, right? It's not to kill the insect, this roach, cockroach, or but to flush the waste matter. Okay, then it would be allowed. Very informative. Like you see in this paragraph, small paragraph, there is so much information. Okay, so next one, C, spraying insecticides. One is permitted to spray insecticide, right, in a room of a person who is sick, or in child's room, in order to drive out insects from insects on Shabbos. Right. However, one must leave the door or window open so that the insect can escape the killing fumes. Okay. One must be careful not to spray the insecticides into the insects themselves, onto the insects themselves, for it is forbidden to kill them. Okay. So let's do from the beginning. I think part of it we already discussed, but let's put it all together in one. So one is permitted to spray it, this insecticide, right, in a room, a person who is sick, or child's room. So meaning because they can harm this person, right, and annoy this person or something. So meaning this spray is not going to kill. Again, if you spray on the insect, it's going to kill it, but it has some smell, right, that is going to drive it away. That's it, right? Drive out the insects on Shabbos. So of course, as we said, must leave the door open, window open, so they have some room to escape. So right, otherwise, if they just spray and let's say it's harmless to people, but harmful only to this insect, that they're going to die. They're all going to die, right? So we have to leave the door open or window open. One must be careful not to spray on insects, right, because you kill them. So continue in section number 9, and it says practical application of the prohibition against drawing blood on Shabbos. So that's I think the biggest one. I think bigger than insects. So let's see. Again, practical application prohibition against drawing blood on Shabbos. Removing a scab. Right. One is forbidden to remove a scab from the wound on Shabbos if this will cause the wound to bleed. If it will not cause the wound to bleed, it is permitted. So about scabs. So scabs when they get healed, so it's so itchy. Like you have to have amazing willpower and not to remove it, right? And even that it's today Shabbos not to remove. So sometimes people forget themselves, right? So a scab Um, we said that there is not allowed to pluck, to reap, right? I think we went over this yesterday. Uh, like we did only summary of this melacha, but we also said that it actually applies to human being as well, right? So meaning that, as we said, you're not allowed to cut nails, for example, on Shabbos. You're not allowed to pluck hair or cut hair, right? So all of these barbers, right? For each hair, they have a separate chorus punishment on Shabbos. So as they all claim, they get the most business on Shabbos. On Shabbos, right? Unfortunately, right? Hopefully they're going to do teshuva and know that HaShem is running the world, so He is going to provide them on Friday, on Monday, when everybody is on Sunday. On Sunday it's double time. They can open at 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. or something, and they close at midnight or something. They're going to have customers covered for Shabbos and everything. Okay. Right, so we said that it is forbidden, but we also have the scab is not included. And to remind us, we said the scab is not part of the body, right? And it's not a blood, so it's like it used to be blood, came out, and it's like now it's foreign matter. So if we said the dead skin, can you remove in some cases? Yes, some in most cases not, because it is attached to the live to the good skin, live skin, right? But scab, totally different, totally separate. So that's why if it's like if you know for sure that the wound healed underneath, you would be allowed to remove. Again, there is no problem with melacha of plucking, because it's not part of the body. It's not part of the skin, and not the skin on the body. It's very, very interesting. See how it's all coming together from different books, right? From different classes, all coming together. So next one is pulling out teeth. Pulling teeth causes bleeding. Therefore, one should not pull out the tooth on Shabbos, especially kids, right? They like to pull teeth, so you have to be careful. So if fall out by itself, or a child was eaten, right, and then fell out. So that's a different story. It's unintentional, right? And bleeding inside is not exactly as bleeding outside, but we're going to get to it. Okay, pulling teeth, not allowed. Next one, using toothpick. One may not use a toothpick on Shabbos if he knows that it will cause his gum to bleed. If he is not certain whether the toothpick will cause the bleeding, he may use it on Shabbos. So exactly the same approach as we said with raspberry, with other things, right? So meaning is this toothpick. If somebody has a weak gums, sick gums, there are many diseases with gums, so meaning the bleed very, very sensitive, right? Very sensitive, you just cut a little, or put a little pressure, start bleeding. So in this case, this person would not be allowed to brush teeth, right? Even with soft brush. So I mean, not allowed. Apologize. Maybe it's not precise. Meaning, if person knows that from time to time, let's say 50% of the time they bleed, I would say it would not be allowed. So if it's only 20% of the time, and it's like a softest brush, and brush only lightly, it would be allowed, right? But if person knows, some people, as I said before, I know for sure, they suffer so much with this blood, and they say, can you imagine? So somebody told me, can you imagine to live your life with blood taste in your mouth? I said truthfully, I cannot imagine. It's not the most pleasant taste that a person can have in their mouth. And then I thought to myself, it's another reason to bless HaShem and thank HaShem that we don't have it. All people who do not have this blood taste in their mouth constantly from bleeding gums. That's right. It's another reason. Right? People take it for granted. Right. So again, if there's no guarantee that it's going to bleed, you can use a toothpick. Okay. Continue. So next one, drawing blood for medical purposes. A Jew may not draw blood from a patient who is not seriously ill, even if he does nothing more than prick a finger. However, one may draw blood for medical purposes for the patient who is or might be seriously ill. This is permitted even if the results of blood test will not be known until a few days later. Okay, right. So let's try to see. So this is common. For example, somebody needs to be attended to hospital. They say we need to take a blood test, or you need to take the X-ray. What was the situation? I don't remember. Somebody called me. Usually my phone is off. I'm very busy on Friday afternoon, especially. But that time I forgot to turn off the ringer, right? And the phone rang, and from one of our students, and he said, "I'm on the way to the hospital. Right? Tell me what I can or I cannot do." It was like the phone was in my hand because I was about to turn it off and connect it to the charger and leave it right. And I was leaving for sure. So this person said, "Look, most likely, so it's not like life threatening, whatever he had. I don't remember what he had, but he said, I'm in ambulance now. Please tell me what should I do." So and right, and I asked this the guy who's with you, the paramedic, what test they're going to do. And so he said X-ray. I said, let's ask the doctor. Is it so important to have X-ray? Right, like chest X-ray, see something in there, right? And blood test, or tell them do it before Shabbos, please. It's not like it's urgent. It's not like sick, but explain to them. And many times people understand. Maybe there are Jews there, right, on the shift, so go over to them, like ask for their help or something, right? Or all of this blood test. So if it's possible not to have them on Shabbos, and don't have it because of some things that the hospital must take, right? Some there is this blood test, like a blood pressure, all these things, it's like standard. But some things, like if it's not your problem right now, so you say, can I do it tomorrow night or something, like after Shabbos? Sometimes they say yes, sometimes they say no, or it's not like you refuse, and you explain, right? Same with what is it, with X-ray. And these doctors, guess what? Jewish, not Jewish, semi-Jewish, snakes doctors. So they will say, no, all of the Jews, all of the religious people do that. So don't trust them. They will say that. Right. So continue. Okay. So this Jew may not draw blood from a patient. Right. I mean, from a non-Jew, technically they can, but again, it's a shkita, meaning right, we're not allowed to draw blood. If person does not have any choice, it's a different story. But usually when we have some people, we had one person in this group, that used to learn with us. So he's medical professional. So but when he was hired, I told him, it's a first, before you discuss salary, because you discuss benefit, just tell them you're not going to work on Shabbos and Jewish holidays, and see how it goes. If they say not acceptable, not acceptable, that doesn't matter what benefit they have, doesn't matter what salary they offer, right? But if they agree, okay, so now you can discuss other things, because of course there is Jews, religious Jews, could be that department, but majority of people not Jews, right? And they do not care to work on Shabbos, right? And you work on Sunday, and you say, always say, my students, tell them, I'm going to work on all of the national holidays. So all of the doctors, all the nurses want to be off on 4th of July. So you work on 4th of July. They want to be on Thanksgiving. So you work on Thanksgiving, right? On New Year's, all these things, right? Right, but again, if person put themselves in that situation, right? And for example, there is one patient is a Jew, like a religious, not religious. He wants his blood test being done, even though it's not necessary. He could wait until after Shabbos. You understand? So you have to be knowledgeable to be in this field. Okay, but the best way not to work on Shabbos and holidays ever. Okay. So again, quickly to review, a Jew may not draw blood from a patient who is not seriously ill. So seriously ill, of course, as we said, you need to do everything in your power to save this person. That's not the question, not seriously. Even if he does nothing more than prick a finger. Okay. However, one may draw blood for medical purposes for a patient who is or might be seriously ill. So I can, of course, many times when somebody is like being brought by ambulance, so most likely there is some issues, right? Some issues, but maybe right, like maybe not life threatening, maybe yes, maybe. So in this case, they allowed to have a blood test, but sometimes it's better, like it's not needed, basically. Right, and he said this is permitted even if the blood test will be not known for a few days. Again, because the hospital is going to insist if it's life-threatening. So how is it it's going to help me? It's not going to help me. So if I'm going to do like Motzei Shabbos, like and the result's going to be like not on Tuesday but on Wednesday, what's the difference? You understand? So and if possible, we have to push off. So next one, sucking blood. It is forbidden to suck blood out of the wound on Shabbos. For example, to suck blood from a cut in one's gums. Right. So okay. So sucking one blood. So blood of human is not forbidden. I think we had a clip about it, or even 2 or 3. About blood, right? It's not forbidden for consumption technically, right? but it creates muddy sign, so people will think that you drink blood of the animals. So meaning if somebody has gums that are bleeding and he like beat a bread and there is a blood on the piece of bread, so you're not allowed to eat it. Even the other people, so even without other people. So just to get used to it, you have to take out this piece of bread, throw it to the garbage, because people would not know. They saw you, they just came in, or they just start paying attention what you eat, and they see the piece of bread right in your hand with the blood, and you put it in your mouth. That's what they see. So it's proper, like when you eat bread, like rip like a small piece. Tear a small piece, put it in your mouth, and that's it. Don't bite. Right, right. I think we said it before. Where in a Kitzur Shulchan Aruch, like a proper etiquette how you eat. Right, don't bite too much. Right, only small pieces. Right, use fork and knives. Right. Okay, so next one, F, draining pus from the abscess. Right. If a person is in pain on account of the abscess, he is permitted to puncture it to draw the pus, even if some blood will ooze out along with the pus. The reason this is permitted is that the prohibition against drawing blood on Shabbos is limited to blood that is still circulating through the body. Blood in the abscess, however, has already left the bloodstream and is now gathered in the body's tissue. Therefore, the prohibition does not apply. However, once the pus has been extracted from the abscess, one should not continue press on the abscess, for this will cause the fresh blood to be squeezed from the blood vessel located in surrounding flesh. Okay, we should not know that, but people again got it from these medical professionals. So people in the high, they sometimes they would have high fever, and right, the high fever from this small abscess, right, and the whole body would shake like in high fever because of this. And actually, we recorded a clip, a short clip about this topic, about what Hashem meant when He said when you're not going. When you're going to go in my ways, I'm not going to send you all the diseases that I send to people in Egypt, right? And what is all of the diseases? We made a very interesting clip about it. It's from a Talmud. Right. So now we go into the past. So and one of this explanation was that Hashem is even going to remove the fever. So because of fever, it's indication that something is wrong in the body, right? So abscess, it's right, again, people suffer very much from that. So and it is allowed to punctuate, right? Punctuate and drain the pus, even if some blood was ooze out. Why is that? Because this blood, it's like it's trying to clog the area when. So that pus would not go inside the body. So you see, in Hashem's mercy, he made this like a pus like collected from outside of the body. If it's going to be inside of the body, I think if it's Chas v'Shalom going in the bloodstream, person is not going to live too long, as I understand. Right. So that's why Hashem in His mercy make this like the abscesses outside. Right, and a person can drain it. Bloods, even if bloods come out, there is no problem. There is no problem. Right, because the blood already left the blood vessel, the system, and it's outside. So that's why there is no problem. But if you're going to continue squeezing, it would be an issue. So for the same reason, I think, I mean, it's not exactly the same, but you're allowed to take, to remove, what is this word, when like piece of something, like a piece of, like wood gets stuck under the skin, right, or some a piece of metal. So you can remove it on Shabbos if it bothers you. Sometimes, like I had it a few times, I could survive until after Shabbos. It's annoying, but right, but you can live with that. But sometimes when it's so like hurts the person, it's allowed because there is a situation when blood can come out when it's too deep, but when it's under the skin, and then like if right, and you know what you're doing with a needle, you can remove it. Right, and needle tweezers and just right. So because most likely, like the blood is not going to come out. I forgot what the thing called. I think starts with an S. So continue. So abscesses we finished. Next one, G. Setting the IV line, administering the injection. Right. Placing IV intravenous line on Shabbos could involve halachic question, right? Since one generally draws some blood into the syringe, right, to be sure that the needle properly in place in the vein. So otherwise, how do you know it's under the skin, right? Furthermore, the insertion of the needle into the vein often releases minute amount of blood, right? Accompanying halachic authorities should be consulted for guidance. The same applies with regard to administering injection on Shabbos. No, that's it. So let's see. So a few things to it. So again, if a person is in emergency room or a woman is giving birth, these things should not worry them. If, as we said, if a person's life is in danger or in possible danger, I think to everyone, whoever they admit to the hospital, to emergency room, not everybody, but majority of the people, especially if a person has a heart condition, like different like internal conditions that they cannot diagnose right away, they would give this IV line, right? But person who puts this IV, again, it's this blood, this drop of blood. It's not like it was intentional to make sure that the person that this needle went into the vein, right? It's right. So again, we have to understand: is it needed, not needed, stuff like that. Okay. So let's quickly read it. So, placing IV line on Shabbos could involve halakhic question, since one generally draws some blood into the syringe, right? To be sure that the needle properly placed in vein, right? I think that today, I'm not sure when today started, many years ago. I think that like if there is like a bigger like a facility, they have like a hospital or something, they would have special professionals, like they do only IVs, right? And they do shots. That's it. That's all they do. They certify the way they do it. It's very nice, right? I had a procedure some time ago. Like I said, some local they did anesthesia, this and that. They did IV. I did not even feel like such a highly professional. I complimented the person. The person said, "Yeah, that's what I do for the last 15 years, from morning to lunch, right? That's what they do, right? To lunch, and then I don't know, because the surgery did not go after lunch, something like that. Doesn't matter. So from 6 a.m., 5 a.m. until lunch. So it's almost like 7 hours a day, right? Right. So right, very highly professional. Maybe these people do not need to draw blood, like even one drop. I'm not sure. But for sure, I did not even feel. I said that's it. Yeah, the person. Yeah, that's it. Very fast. Okay. So accompanying halakhic authorities should be consulted for guidance. The same applies with regard to administering injection on Shabbos. So injection on Shabbos, somebody, for example, they have to inject insulin to themselves. So for depends on the level of the diabetes, but for many people it's a life risk if they don't like not 100%, but very possible. So in this case, we say, yeah, you take you inject your insulin, you eat whatever you need to do on even on Yom Kippur. Of course, don't overdo it. Don't indulge yourself. Whatever minimum you can eat, you eat. Next one, brushing teeth. One may not brush teeth. One may not brush teeth with a dry toothbrush on Shabbos if it will cause the gum to bleed. Okay, so I mean, dry or not dry, so right, if it's going to make gums to bleed, we don't do it. There is a commentary. There is disagreement among the authorities regarding whether one may use moistened toothbrush on Shabbos. Some hold the violated prohibition of squeezing. The best to abide by stringent view. So going back to this brushing teeth on Shabbos. So some people do not brush their teeth at all on Shabbos. So what they do? They use the mouthwash. That's it. Some people do it like they would put the water in the mouth, right, and do it like in the water without toothpaste. Nobody agreed to do with toothpaste, ever, right, in the water. So meaning that there is no squeezing, and they do not push. So meaning that there is no squeezing in the water. All right. Okay. Right, but and some allow to brush while they are dry. So meaning they brush, right, and then the floss or rinse their mouth, and that's how they do. Okay. So next one, the last one, I remove. Oh, here splinter. You see, I remember it starts with S. Splinters. One is permitted to remove splinter on Shabbos, even if it might cause some blood to flow. However, it must make every effort to avoid causing bleeding. But from experience, you know, if it's very deep, most likely it's going to be blood, right? But if it's on top, most likely it's not going to bleed. One may he may remove it only if it is causing his pain, right? If it is not causing the pain, it may not be removed. So meaning, okay, we're talking about pain. We're not talking about annoyance or inconvenience, right? But if basically, so if you can use, if you can live with a splinter until the end of the Shabbos, that's preferable than to remove on Shabbos. But sometimes it's annoying, like it sticks halfway or something. So in this case, you can take it with tweezers, right? And it's like drives person crazy. So yeah, we will allow to remove it. Okay, no problem. So we finished with that chapter, and let me quickly introduce the next chapter. Is going to be chapter 25, skinning. To remove skin. All right, it's actually very short. All right, so let's stop here.